WTBQ.
Good morning and welcome to Horse Sense. I'm your host, Christine Rolando, with Kristen Scalfani. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning. The times they are a-changing, aren't they?
Oh, my goodness. It was St. Patty's Day, and I don't know. For me, it didn't feel like St. Patty's Day at all this past week, but well, let's be positive today.
I know. We had so much fun.
Positive.
We had so much fun. I got my mom and dad on Zoom. We had a Zoom meeting. So they're out in Seattle and they're on lockdown. And my daughter joined us from Texas. It was great.
Oh, and did you make corned beef and cabbage?
No,
I did. And I went to the store really early yesterday morning and I got some more. Yep. Because what happened was I made this great corned beef and cabbage. You know, I was home. I had to stay home that day, of course, like everybody. And I made a really nice corned beef and cabbage, and then we had it for dinner with the Irish soda bread. It was real nice. And then I put the leftovers in the fridge, and guess who ate it in the middle of the night? Ryan, my son, ate every bit of it. So it was like I didn't even have a whole lot. So anyway, I got some yesterday. I'm going to do it again.
Do another round. Yep. There you go.
It was a weird St. Patrick's Day. I was really looking forward to going to Yesterday's. Our tradition is we go to Warwick. We go to a place called Yesterday's over by John's. And it's always fun. He has the bagpipers. So I know it's a strange world we're living in right now, but we do want to be positive today. We are making sense out of horses. Now, today and in the days that we're living in, nothing seems to make sense. There's no normal, but we do want to say thank you to our listeners at WTBQ and thank you to the people that shoot emails and get on Facebook and WGHT down in New Jersey and all the way down to New York City and beyond. But this show is about horse sense, and we talk to people and I would say we talk to horses. I do talk to horses, but we do talk to people that make a difference in the world, people on the front lines of the horse world and beyond. And today we have a very special guest. She's going to be with us in a moment. We have Theresa Mueller from HealEquine.com, and we're excited to have her with us. But I do want to urge you to shoot me an email at horses@warwick.net. horses@warwick.net. And as Kristen always says, like our Facebook page, it's Horse Sense Radio, making sense out of horses. Hey, why don't you thank our sponsor today? I text Don and Kathy last night just to be sure those guys are doing good, and they're thumbs up.
Well, we love to thank our sponsor, Blue Arrow Farm. They are so awesome. They're over there at 86 Glenwood Road in Pine Island, and they have everything a family would ever need for a day out. They've got outdoor entertainment facility with horse rescue, a butterfly sanctuary, a honeybee apiary, a hops farm brewery, and this is my favorite, life-size dinosaurs, sunflower maze, art gallery, oh my goodness, and a gallery for Don Oriolo paintings. They have wonderful music, probably 2, 3, 4 times a week. They're awesome.
Well, Don also has a studio in not West Palm, what's it called?
Key West.
Key West.
Yep.
So I did hear on the news that they shut Key West down. So not happening right now. We're all on lockdown, but we are here at WTBQ. Thank you to Frank and Taylor for keeping the doors open, but we're doing our due diligence. So we got Clorox wipes, we got Valor oil, we got purification
We have
oil.
alcohol. Let's make sure it's 70%. We're good.
We're doing our social distancing. Kristen's sitting a little close.
Yeah, a little
Frank's
too
behind
close.
the glass, so he's cool. But I got Theresa Mueller with us today as our special guest. Good morning, Theresa. How are you? Oh, Teresa's not with us. Where'd she go? Oh, here she is. Hello, Theresa. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Good. Now, you're in the front lines, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So tell our listeners where you're calling from and what you're doing in the front lines for the COVID-19.
Okay. I'm in Hewitt, New Jersey, which is right over the border. You know, we're 5 miles from ShopRite, you know, in downtown Warwick. And I am a massage therapist, and I work for Atlantic Health Systems. And we do integrative massage. I particularly work in the mother-baby unit, and they shut that down this week. All integrative services are shut down. And we go into the different units, oncology, the surgical, all pediatrics, and we work with patients that are in there for to help them calm, and it's a wonderful, wonderful service. My God, every time you give, you get back tenfold. So they decided to shut it down, but today they have repositioned us to be on the front line. So I will be from 3 to 8 working on one of the floors, monitoring the visitors that are coming in, making sure they go through the protocol, and one visitor per family. They're only allowing in the oncology unit those who are getting ready to pass, but they're only allowing one visitor in. And that can be extremely stressful for family members who are getting ready to pass, and only one person can be there.
Okay, and which hospital is this that you're working at?
This is Morristown.
Oh, okay.
And, that's a busy place.
It's a very, very, very busy place.
That's Atlantic Health, yep.
Yes,
Atlantic Health,
yes. So I'll be out there from 3 to 8 on one of the floors. So.
Oh.
Well, thank you so much. We just really appreciate all that you do to help people in so many ways.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, you're on the front lines, and we thanked our sponsor, but we also do a tip of the week, and the tip of the week is done by Macaulay Tawpash at therootedjourney.com. She's actually a relative of mine, but I did speak to her early this week because she's out in Santa Fe, and she lives up in the mountains. Mm-hmm. So I talked to her on Monday, and I don't know about you, but it was. It's kind of surreal what's going on, but there was a time or a moment as 9/11 struck and we all went, oh, wow, this is real. So that happened for me on Monday. I said, I have a staff of 44 teachers and 88 children I'm responsible for. And that moment came at that time, and I picked up the phone and called her, and I said, if you need to come home, you need to come home now. Now is the time. If you're driving across the country. And, she and they decided, nope, they're going to stay put, shelter in place as we are. But you're right there, Theresa. You're on the front lines helping people. You're doing massage. And now today you're on the front lines in Morristown, Atlantic Health. And we, as Kristen said, we thank you for that. But the tip of the week is this. The power of prayer. Hey, I'm all for it.
Oh, my God. It is so powerful.
That's right.
Lord.
So we're going to say, I brought a little thing in here. I don't know if Frank's going to love it, but do not be afraid. Only believe. That's what we're believing. We're believing this thing is going away.
You have to believe that.
We're going to believe it's going away. So
absolutely.
So we're grateful for you. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break. Don't touch that dial because we want to hear about equine lymphedema.
Hi, this is Don Oriolo, welcoming you to Blue Arrow Farm, 86 Glenwood Road in beautiful Pine Island, New York. You'll love our outdoor entertainment. Check out our happy bees in our apiary. They make great honey. And come see our horses from our horse rescue. We also grow hops, hay, and we feature a butterfly sanctuary. Book your special events at Blue Arrow, outside or inside our beautifully restored barns. For more information, you can go to Facebook/Blue Arrow.
Hi, this is Walt Baby Love. Start your Sunday with me at 6 a.m. and Gospel Tracks. I'll give you the phone number to the Faith phone line and the address to the website. All that and much, much more. Right here on Gospel Tracks with yours truly, Walt Baby Love.
Hi, it's Tom Fursey. Sing along and relive the memories of the 1980s with me on The Magic of the 80s. Saturdays beginning at 6 p.m. on WTBQ, playing the best music. Magic of the 80s. WTBQ.
Good morning. We're back in the studio. You're listening to Horse Sense. I'm your host, Christine Rolando with Kristen Scafani, and we have Theresa Mueller on the phone, and I pronounced it inappropriately. Theresa, I'm going to let you do the talking right now. We want to hear what you're involved in. You're the founder of something very, very special, and this is HEAL, Holistic Equine Academy. See, I did it again, but Theresa, are you still with us?
I am.
Tell us the work that you're doing. It's really amazing.
Well, I teach professionals how to manage chronic progressive lymphedema. And it started with my own horse, and that's why I'm so passionate with it. And we had a horse that had it, And the vet just said, you just got to walk him, walk him, walk him. This was before the Internet. So there wasn't, so we had to go back to the libraries, the periodicals to look for things. And it was the Internet was in its infancy. Unfortunately, the captain passed, and it was a battle because his leg would blow up, then it would come down, then it would blow up, and there was no cure. And at the time, I was in corporate America, and I had the opportunity through downsizing to change a career. So I went into the healing arts, and then I went into massage, and then we were studying the lymphatic system, and I'm like, this is interesting. I wonder how it applies to horses. So, a long story short, I went to look for classes in the U.S. There were none. There was only one class. It was in Hanover, Germany. I applied, got accepted, and I went to Germany, and I became the first American to be certified as an equine lymphedema therapist.
Wow.
So interesting. Did you work on Hanoverians while you were over there, or all type of horses?
You worked on anything that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were Hanoverians. They're particularly prone to it. Any of the large breeds, but this is it's a little bit confusing the way they've set it up. In the human world, chronic progressive lymphedema, if you have lymphedema, it's chronic progressive. It just continually, over a period of time, can get worse. It is definitely manageable.
So,
it's an educational issue. It's manageable. The problem that we have in the vet world is that they designated chronic progressive lymphedema predominantly for drafts and draft crosses because they manifest a little bit differently than maybe a Hanoverian, that has consistently a swollen leg. It's still trapped lymph.
yeah.
But chronic progressive lymphedema, according to the American Vet Association, is really designated for drafts and draft cross. But if you got a swollen leg that doesn't go down or it's intermittent, and you like we were facing, because he was a standardbred, it's still trapped lymph. So we call it chronic swollen legs, in parentheses, lymphedema, because lymphedema is trapped lymph. That's exactly what it is.
So equine lymphedema, accumulation of lymph fluids resulting in acute or chronic swelling of the extremity, and
Correct.
It's most commonly seen in the limbs of horses.
It can be anywhere. In fact, last summer they flew me out to Dallas, and there was a horse that had it in the face, in the jaw. And you can't wrap a jaw. You can wrap a leg, but you're not going to wrap a jaw where she's eating. How are you going to open your mouth? How do you drink?
Right.
So we taught the owner how to massage it. I got another just spoke to her the other night, and she says the swelling's getting worse because it's getting hard, it's getting fibrotic.
Oh.
And the problem that you have with that, but she's doing good. She's still out in the field. She's doing okay. But I got to call her because we'll see if we can make like a face mask and stuff it with some foam to put some compression on it.
I was going to say, what about poultice? Do you use poultice?
That's not really going to work. You have to understand the anatomy and physiology of what's causing it. And here is what it is. I get this all the time, is that they think it's all scratches. And there's a lot of confusion about it. Yes, there is scratches, all right, but when you're dealing with a draft or a draft cross, and you say the horse has scratches, it's most likely probably lymphedema. And here's the difference. The scratches is this dermatitis that comes up on the leg. But with chronic progressive lymphedema, it looks like scratches, but what actually it really does is destroys the circulatory and the lymphatic system, where, the dermatitis doesn't. So, and there's a lot of confusion about it. So when you say, my horse has scratches, the first thing I want to know, what breed is it? If it's a draft horse, that's really chronic progressive lymphedema. And it's not necessarily scratches.
Now, how long have you been doing this work?
Since 2008.
2008, so quite some time. So you're the expert in this field. And like you said, often it's misdiagnosed with horses.
I tell you what, actually, it's pretty on the, most vets get it,
Okay.
You know, so that's the problem is they're not educated on how to manage it. They're frustrated. They are so frustrated with this disease because they feel helpless. Let me tell you, they give it their all.
Yeah.
They put everything in their little toolbox they throw at it. But that is not going to control or manage the chronic swelling. What manages the chronic swelling are two things. Massage, you got to